But if I get my hands on Lucian, I'll try the Dark Seal Cutlass. I think Corruption is a bit over the top, and I don't need it. But I do want to keep my adaptive AP without buying shit items, so Dark Seal could be something. Still want to read this. Oh, there it is. Like this one scales with levels and is better for melees than ranged, so I don't think it will like disappear for the people who are already using it, but it's like an option for AD carries now, I guess. Because you can stack it pretty easily 5 times, I guess. If it works how I think it works. Like you hit people 5 times with either attacks or abilities and you get it stacked up. And at level 1 it's 15 damage. Or 15 AD, I mean. You get 1580 and 10% of your damage is true damage / heal. So late game it should be really good because it's easy to get 5 stacks when you have enough attack speed. Or levels to spam abilities, I guess. So it's gonna be worth a shot for sure. I think this is good. This item is a little bit sad as it is. I see a lot of champions like Sivir, for example, who's supposed to go Essence Reaver going IE anyways. Because Essence Reaver 1 is just not worth the money. Like, pay so much gold for a discounted IE. At least that's the feeling of the item, because it doesn't have enough like special stuff going for it. Like you have CDR and mana regen, right? But I don't know, it just felt better before, I guess. Like the old one, not the one before 9 point, whichever patch it was, 9.3, but the old one where you got like 30% CDR if you built the crit item, or you had enough crit. Because then it at least had like a reason to be built first or together with something else. But now it's just like you don't need another item to make this item good, or there isn't really like an item that synergizes well with it. I feel like I is just a better version of Essence Reaver for AD carries. So I see Sivir players, Saya players going IE, and that's just like weird to me because Essence Reaver should be the go-to, but I understand. I understand why, since Essence Reaver is a little bit sad. So 580 is nice, but I think it would have to be more to push it over as a choice. Also, this is so annoying. I feel like I would like to read it, but I at the same time want to play games, so whatever. I'll just do it tomorrow or something off stream. I mean, the 20% is nice. It's not like you hate it. It's just IE is IE, you know? It gives you more damage, straight up. It just gives you more damage. It doesn't feel like the CDR makes up for that, you know? I feel like with the old Essence Reaver, the CDR kind of made up for the damage you were missing out on. But it's just like, you build Essence Reaver, and then you need at least 1 seal item and IE before you're good to go, right? Meanwhile, if you go IE, you need 1 seal item and you're good to go. And then on the next seal item, you're like so strong. Meanwhile, Essence Reaver seal item IE makes you strong, but not so strong. That's at least how I feel. And I just think the 2 item Essence Reaver plus seal item versus IE plus seal item is too big. The difference is too big. And that's also something I didn't feel before. So I think Essence Reaver needs to have more to give. Like, the only reason I build it now is because I don't want to go 3 seal items. But I would never build it otherwise. On any champion that probably isn't Sivir or Saya. I still kind of build it on Sivir and Saya, but I see people not doing it, and I understand why. And sometimes I feel like when I do build it and the game is not going well, then I just don't have enough time to get my items, because I need 3 instead of 2. So I have been considering leaving it behind as well. But if the game is good, then it's pretty nice with the 20% CDR, I agree. Makes it feel pretty like smooth, everything. The way you want to play your champion. I think you have to go EZREAL in this case for my matchup. Kinda sucks, but whatever. I guess we'll have to try Lucian some other time. Thanks, Fatrix. I appreciate hearing that. Yeah, I agree. IE doesn't help you at all against tanks anymore. But as I said a couple of times, there aren't any tanks in solo queue, so you don't really have to worry about that. I think in competitive it's a little bit different, because then not only are the games longer, but there are also tanks, so it's okay to farm a little bit more, I'd say. But in solo queue it just feels like if you go into the game and your goal is to farm for 3 items, then you're probably not gonna have a good time. I feel like already farming for 2 is as hard as it is. Like when I play Kai'Sa, I feel like I'm struggling for my life to get to 2 items, dude. It's really, really tough. So I would personally like Essence Reaver to be stronger on its own, because if it doesn't have any synergy with another item, I feel like at least it should be really strong on its own, and I don't get that feeling right now. Like how I think it should work is that IE shouldn't be strong on its own, but it should be really strong together with other items. And Essence Reaver should be strong on its own, but it shouldn't be so strong with other items. And right now I feel like IE is better with other items and it's better on its own. So I don't know, it just makes me a little bit confused, I guess, but I'm sure they have their reasonings. Yeah, I cap even earlier than second tier item, but the adaptive AP/AD you get from Transcendence outweighs it outweighs Absolute Focus by a lot, and it outweighs Gathering Storm up until 30 minutes, I think, something like that. I've done the math once before. So I personally really like Transcendence over Gathering Storm because it's just so much better for the first 30 minutes. But I think it's worse after 30 because I don't think it ever gives you 29. I think it gives you, because you have the build I go has, does it have 50? I think it has, no, it has 60% CDR. So I think I get 24 AP. No, do I get 20 AP? Yeah, I should get 20 AP. I'm actually trolling now. Wait. Okay, so I will Gauntlet, that's 20. Seraphs, that's 40. CDR Boost, that's 50. Transcendence, that's 60. So I should get 2x20. So I should get 40 AP. Wait, am I doing this math right? Or am I trolling again? Wait. Do I actually have 60% CDR? I should have 60%. Gauntlet, Seraphs, CDR Boots, Transcendence. That should be 60. So you should be overcapped by 20. You get 2 AP for every CDR. So you should have 40. 2x20 is 40, right? Or am I trolling now? I'm not gonna Google it because then I will be ashamed of myself for the rest of my life. 2x20 is 40. So this one actually gives 40 AP. So 30 minutes actually outweighs. Yes, I did the math right. I did the math right. Okay, I did it. I've done it before. It's not the first time I did it right. So up until 30 minutes, Transcendence is a better rune than Gathering Storm for EZREAL. In every case. That's your answer. I gotcha. Yeah, you can change your rune page in the settings. That was actually a viewer of mine who tipped me. I'm very happy about that. But when you hit the 60%, I hit it at 3 items. Because I am level 10, I have CDR boots, I have Seraphs. Gauntlet. 65%. So plus 20. And that is before 30 minutes. 100% that's before 30 minutes. That's usually like 25. I guess closing in on 30. But then you also have to think that at level 10 you get the 10% CDR. So that's already something that you would never get from Gathering Storm, because it's really nice when you have like, you have Muramana, you have Gauntlet, CDR boots, Transcendence kicking in, and you're just fucking strong. You have 45%, you know, you're getting in there. But then if you go Sorks, Gathering Storm, no Transcendence, you end up with 25 at that point of the game. So you're much weaker for that portion of the game. And I don't think that's worth it, because I think EZREAL is not supposed to be played like a late game AD carry. I think he's supposed to be the strongest AD carry in the game during like 15 to 30 minutes. Basically before the enemy AD carry gets his core.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
And after you get your core. So you have like, yeah, 15 minutes there, I'd say, to put the pedal down in the ground and just go at it. Is it more worth to use CDR rune, the Transcendence and Adaptive Power? You know, I have been thinking about that. I actually thought about that the other day, that you should just use the CDR in the first 3 instead of AD, because it's not that gold efficient, I would say, with 5 AD early game. I mean, it's gold efficient, but if you compare to what the other thing will give you over the course of the game, I feel like it's not even close. But I haven't done the math on it, but it should be pretty beneficial for you. You should have the ring if it does that much damage. Yep. Yep. Now I have to deal with my own medicine, huh? I hope he wasn't listening to my stream and buys Cutlass Seal now, because then I'm fucked. We wouldn't like that, would we? But it's good that you brought it up, because I've actually been thinking about myself with the CDR in the first 3, or the first row of stats. And all in all, I just don't see how it's worse. Other than the early portion of the game, where you don't care anyways. Because your Q is still a Q. But I really want to try this one. Because early game you have adaptive AD, so that's 5. So you lose out on 5 AD early game. But as soon as you're like level 10... No wait, when are you overcap? It must be level 10, because you would never have 3 items before that. So after level 10 you overcap, which means that this one starts going over to AP/AD instead. Most likely AP at that point. No, actually AD at that point, but it will be AP very, very soon afterwards. So I'm not actually sure if it's worth. But late game is better for sure, because already at 5% CDR, which is level 9, right? It should be level 9. I get 10 adaptive AP from Transcendence, and this one will give me 9. So at 5% CDR, which is level 9, but since I don't have 45 at that point, you'd have to make it level 10 is worth. So at level 10, this one is more worth, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. And before level 10, the other one is more worth. But then you also have to account for the fact that the other one is giving CDR a little bit at least for the entire game. But definitely worth a try. Definitely worth a try.